these past few years, Dex really has become the face of coworker music. See, Dex is this YouTube rapper who goes viral every 3 months, not because the music he puts out is top tier, but because of his antics, because he gets online and is basically this cornball. Throughout the years, we done seen so many rappers come out and try to base their careers around antics, 6ix9ine being the biggest example of this. But with Dex, he will do and say and work with anyone in order to get some clicks online. Like, the thing with Dex is something you're gonna see throughout this video. He really will try to appeal to any and everybody just for this click. And a lot of people don't like that. And people are vocal on not liking Dex all over the internet. Now, Dex is a YouTube rapper. And you know, over the years, YouTube and rapping has always been a weird combination. Nowadays, it's really normal to see people do this, but at one point, it wasn't normal. You pop out as a rapper and you was making YouTube videos, you are not getting taken seriously. And we do gotta give certain people in the rap space props for this, because I mean, KSI, even though he came out and was rapping, he is known as a meme for the most part when it comes to taking his music seriously. But the point is, he was a big pioneer in making it normal for a YouTuber to rap. We got DDG, we got Platboy Max, we got niggas outside of rap. Joji, he is a huge artist right now, and he started as a YouTuber. So all these different creators in and outside the rap music space done made it acceptable to go from YouTube to music. And when Dex coming up during this time, before it was really acceptable, he did have the odds stacked against him. He did have people automatically not liking him because he was this YouTuber turned rapper. But with Dex, he would start rapping. He get to showing people in real life, they like, you know, this hard. So he would take it to the internet. And that's when he would start dropping for real. And so Dex would start going up, but he would kind of fall into this remix phase. He just figured out that, look, I could remix a song and I could put it out. And this would get way more views than this regular song that I put out. So for a while, that's what he did. I mean, just look through some of his early stuff. 5 years ago, he did a What's Poppin' remix, a Whoop-De remix, a God Playing remix, a One Dance remix. I could keep going on and on about how many remixes this man has done, but just know, he found a pocket and he used it. He established that as a part of his brand. And all them years ago, this man was even taking music into the political space. And we're gonna see as his career goes on, he would definitely use politics a lot throughout his music to cause controversy, to cause talks around his name. Back in 2016, this is one of the first examples of him doing this. Trump and Hillary Clinton head to head in office, and he would drop a song about the situation.
That was supposed to happen.
So okay, when did you first start to like really go up virally on YouTube, or like what was the first songs you did, and like what really took off?
So, I used to have these things at school called mental health days, which is like where the day I would take a walk, because I just like taking walks because I could like think.
Love a walk.
Love a walk. It's a good walk, brisk walk,
yeah.
You know? So I would always walk to the mall. So I'm walking to the mall, and this was the time when Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump were in the election.
Going at it.
And people kept telling me, yo, my name was Daniel this time because that was my poetry name. They're like, yo, you look like Designer, bro. I'm like, damn, I don't think I do. I think I'm older, so he looks like me. So I was like, damn, he just put out this song called Timmy Turner. So I'm walking to the mall on this mental health day, and I'm like, Hilly Clinton, lost of Trump and now we tripping. Thank God I got a passport. Couple months I'm going missing, right back to Canada. So I do that, and then I used to record these videos in front of this thing. So I go in front of that video. Security guard, she was trying to kick me out, named Jen. So I make the video, put it up on my Instagram, and people just started going crazy. I was like, damn. So for the next 3 days, I took that video and I DM'd it to World Star, Funny Blacks, and Designer. And I got literally thousands of people to do the same thing. And on the third day, all those 3 pages posted it.
Wow.
So it went viral on Instagram. Then I called Thad. I'm like, hey, Thad. Last name Swift. Craziest first name, last name in the game. Thad
Note to
Swift.
self, I got to check out Funny Blacks on Instagram.
Funny
I've never
Blacks.
heard of that.
Funny Blacks,
That's
huge
a good
page.
name.
So I called Thad, and at this time he's like 17 or 18. He's in high school. I'm like, bro, you got to skip class. I'm about to skip basketball practice. We got to make this music video for Hilly Clinton. We make the music video.
Wait, so they posted it before you did the
Before
video?
I did the video.
Well, that says a lot. Okay.
As soon as they posted it, the day after, I called Thad, we got to make this music video now. Boom, he skips class, I skip practice. I say I'm going to immigration. Make the music video. That was my first like spike.
You got posted everywhere. Do you feel like why do you feel like you're so aware of what'll work from like a viral standpoint? And like what are the secrets? Because there's millions of people trying to go viral all the time for all kinds of shit. It's weird how consistent you are with being successful at it.
The secret is this. When I first started like my journey into trying to put something into the world that would last forever, I took a white piece of paper and I wrote down the number 1 million on it. And I was like, I provide this service, so if I personally tell 1 million people about this service, there's no way it can't blow up. So that's just what I like. When I wake up in the morning, that's my goal. Continue to tell 1 million people about what I do. And I feel like when you simplify shit, it's so easy. It's just like, if you tell 1 million people about this one podcast, this shit's gonna get 1 million views.
But past the politics, past the remixes, his career was going on, and he would even get to beefing with people all across the industry. But it started with the one and only KSI. KSI, like I said, is one of the first, not the first. I know how you niggas get. Y'all like to twist words and y'all come up with something in your brain and run with it. But he was one of the first YouTubers who made rapping as a YouTuber popular. But him and Dex would get into it at one point and exchange some words. Basically, these two felt like the other was a cornball, and it would start an internet war between these two. Full-on diss tracks coming out. They online dissing each other. We got niggas on Twitter talking crazy. On the video laughing at the other one. It was a lot going on.
Grind everything. When am I fighting KSI? Right now, it looks like it's either going to be right before my tour or right after my tour. Right before the tour, right after. I'm in some, obviously to go on tour, I signed a contract and I'm being paid thousands of dollars. So I got to check in with them to make sure, just like, what are the stipulations? Because obviously, to go to a potentially, get a concussion is not something you can do before a 55 show tour across all of America. So if that checks out, then I'll fight him right after when I get off tour, probably a couple weeks after, just to get a couple training in. But I'm starting training tomorrow. But either way, the fight's going down. Have I ever been in a street fight? Before 9th grade, yes. Since then? Since I got serious in basketball, no, I have not been in a street fight. The last time I fought someone was like under 9th grade, maybe like 7th or 8th grade.
And like you heard in that clip, it wasn't just finna stay at the internet. KSI got a little boxing history. He been boxing for a long time. He been fighting for a minute. So he was like, you know what, Dex, you want to get online? You want to talk a little crazy? We can get in the ring. That didn't end up happening. But KSI was on that. He was on that with Dex. And Dex, I'm on tour. I can't do that. But KSI would get online and say that Dex backed out of this fight. Dexter will write this. KSI claimed that Dex backed out of a potential boxing match despite him agreeing and meeting a number of lavish demands made by Dex. The pair got into a heated argument on Twitter back in February when Dex told KSI to stop mentioning his names in videos or else he would fly out to London to confront him. When KSI invited the rapper over to London for a boxing match, Dex then posted a list of demands that would have to be met if he was really gonna fight KSI. Included in Dex's demands were first-class flights to London, accommodation in a 5-star hotel, in a luxury vehicle with "It's Dex" written on the license plate to transport him from the airport. So that's the type of timing Dex was on. That's a prime example of him being on antics bad. A nigga trying to fight him, and he like, I'm not about to fight. But if you want me to fight, you got to do X, Y, and Z. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do all this extravagant shit. Now, this beef sat there for years, and it got squashed at one point, or at least I think it got squashed. And I say that because KSI will have this video come out online where he was basically saying that it ain't no problems between him and Dex. The beef really over with.
Dex finally got his platinum. No, honestly, like, genuinely, like, serious. I'm very proud of him. I know I've clowned him a lot, and I know we've had our differences, but I'm very happy for him. Like, he's put his head down and just continued to put in the work, even when he had one of the biggest haters, shitting on him repeatedly. He just kept doing his thing, kept putting out music, kept grinding. So, you have to respect him, man. And it shows, the type of person he is. He's resilient, works hard, and he's managed to get his platinum. So fair play to him. And yeah, shout out Dax. Shout out Dax, all right? 2024, positivity, left, right, and center, happy vibes. It's a new leaf.
KSI versus Dex was going to be the last thing on Dex's mind. And I say that because it will go from KSI to Dex versus Tory Lanez. And this was the one time that Dex's internet antics caught up to him in real life. As everybody knows, Tory Lanez got a history of violence. Him and Travis Scott almost fought all them years ago. The whole him and Megan Thee Stallion situation. Well, this Dex situation falls right in line with that history of violence. So we go back a couple years, and Dex, he on the internet doing internet things, pulling up these antics. And he's seen an attention opportunity. He's seen a perfect moment to go viral, so he took that perfect moment to go viral. Basically, during this time, Tory Lanez was moving interesting. He was online claiming he was the best rapper of all time and basically challenging other people to come in rap battle with him, right?
Dex, YouTube sensation, released a diss track on Tory Lanez, because Tory Lanez did this idiotic challenge a couple weeks ago talking about how he's the best rapper alive and nobody wants to smoke with him, and he's going at artists who are bigger than him and then trying to make it seem like they didn't want the smoke if they didn't respond, when really they probably just don't give a shit about him. So Joyner Lucas and Tory had a back and forth. Don Q and Tory had a back and forth. Cuban Doll jumped in to give her 2 cents about Tory's fetishes. And so here we are today. Dax released his track I'm Not Don Q or Joyner Lucas a couple days ago, and I listened to it. A bunch of y'all were going crazy saying it was the best diss. No, it wasn't. However, I think out of everyone who had something to say back at Tory Lanez, he was a guy who mentioned something that many others didn't really mention in it. It came in the form of insulting Tory Lanez's discography and the music he makes, saying you make music for the bitches, and I make music for legacies, and a bunch of other MCs make music with purpose. You know, how can you be the greatest rapper alive if you have no substance? And that's true to a degree. But it seems a couple days before that, Tory Lanez issued Dax a warning saying that, I don't want this to escalate. Relax, bro. You know, you're doing too much. I don't know you, you don't know me. This rap shit, sometimes it don't end up as rap shit. Basically, it was his warning to Dax. Dax, seeing this as the opportunity that it is, decided to go through with it anyway, and release the song based off of the amount of feedback he received on his social media.
And so like you heard Sean say in that clip, Tory started this. He gave an open invitation to the world. I mean, you walk around saying you the best of all time. Of course, the niggas gonna want to prove a point. Of course, they gonna want to go to war with you about that title. So people in the industry, they get to, you know, dissing Tory. They doing little back and forth disses. But when Dax would come out and drop his diss, it was something about Dax that Tory didn't like. Because Dax would drop this track and it wouldn't be a song where it wouldn't be a back and forth with Tory. Tory would see what Dax had to say. He didn't like it. He didn't make a diss track back. So fast forward a couple months after Dax dropped this diss track, he out. And one day, Tory would catch him lacking. Tory seen Dax in real life. And it wasn't on some, oh, I'm cool, I'm dap you up. Like, we laughing about it, like this shit jokes. Tory got his goons. Tory had his goons chase Dax, put the beats on him, and basically force him to apologize to him in person in front of the world over what should have been a little internet situation.
Come here, or they not gonna end. Apologize, bro. Apologize, bro. Or you know what's going on. Apologize. Apologize, nigga.
I got you, bro.
Apologize, nigga.
I got you, man.
Say sorry.
Bad for the
Say
diss track,
sorry,
G.
nigga.
Sorry, G.
All right, bet.
I got
This should have been something that was just fun for the internet. But why did Tory take it that far? What could Dax have possibly said to have Tory that mad? Well, if we're gonna be honest, if we look through them lyrics and read what Dax said and listen to him, none of them bars was too out of pocket. You know, sometimes you hear a diss track on a nigga and they real disrespect. That wasn't the case with Tory versus Dax. And I mean, during this whole beef, during this song, Dax specifically made it a point that, look, I'm not these other niggas you beefing with. I'm not gonna make it personal. I'm just gonna keep it surface level as a little competition for fun. But Tory didn't take it that way. Dax said this on the song: I'm not the other people you battled. I won't get personal. I rap and sing just like you, but it's purposeful. Don Q let you live. Joyner murdered you. I cut you up limb by limb. It's surgical. He said, I'm a rapper for the people. You a rapper for the bitches.
Oh man, so I perform at the show, and then I just remember like talking to like Dice Soho, and all of a sudden just like boom, I get hit, and I'm just like, shit, what's going on?
While you're still inside the show.
Yeah, while I'm still inside there, you know, like her tweet, she already said it, boom. So I'm started getting hit. I'm like, damn, I'm on fire. So I'm like looking, I just see a bunch of like big ass niggas. So I start backing up, and now I'm like swinging, like pushing, and then I get up and I get out. Like I was God's grace, I got out.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then what happens once you're outside?
Then I sprint, and then it's me, and then people know the rest of the story.
And so you had no idea that this was Tory Lanez's goons running up on you?
Honestly, I don't know who. I didn't see no faces when I got jumped inside there, so I don't know who did it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna speak on shit.
But
I
is
don't
that
know,
the
but-
first thing that your brain went to? Is like, this must have been Tory's people?
No,
or-
that wasn't my first thought, because I was like, yo, it's Grammy week, and I just did like a little 15-minute set. I didn't even really advertise it. I put it in my story, but I was like, in my head, I was like, there's no way I'm about to show up to this show with like my roommate and his girlfriend, and I'm about to get try to kill me, so
Yeah.
beat me up. So
So this whole little situation happens, and then all of a sudden, what? Like, does the SUV or whatever with Tori just creep up on you, and then that's where the video starts that we see, or what happens?
So like, I go, boom, I turn the Warner, whoop whoop, and then thing pulls up. Now I'm running, boom, 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 boom. I'm on the floor, and I'm like, yo, this is not that serious. I calmed down like crazy, and then like everyone else calmed down, cause like I calmed down so much that I felt like they calmed down.
You actually said this is not that serious?
Yeah, I was like, dog, over a diss track?
So Dex dissed Tory, but it wasn't really personal. And it shouldn't have been taken to the level that it got taken to. And so after the fact, Tory would get on the IG Live with DJ Academics and respond as to why he pulled up on Dex and why he did what he did.
Never heard him rap. I don't even know he's a rapper. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know. You know how sometimes you're in your DM and you get mentions. You see the mentions that you get mentioned in. So I'm just randomly just checking some shit. I just clicked it. See this nigga saying a bunch of, I'm gonna kill this nigga Tory Lanez. I'm da 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 da. But I don't even know what he's talking about. I messaged him. I looked at his page and realized he's a rapper. I said, oh, this nigga's kind of dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I messaged him and I said, listen, bro, because the same morning that happened, what was going on with my son. So I was not in the mood for none of this. Like I wasn't. It's not about rapping, a competition. This is human to human here. Something's going on with my son. I hate this nigga. It's not the day for it. I don't know you, bro. I don't know what you do. You feel me? Mind you, I don't know that he's really like you. I just realized he's a rapper. I'm not familiar with him. I've never heard of him. It's cool. That's fine. So, yo, bro, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and third. I don't even know why I even did this because normally I don't really give a this. But then, I felt like, yo, let me just hit his DM, just explain something to him. You know what I'm saying? And let me do me because I'm not in the mood for none of this. And at the end of the day, just leave it alone, bro, because not everything is going to end up in a rap battle. Not everything is going to be one of those situations. It's not going to, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes niggas is going through family shit, and it's just not about whatever you're talking about. Not to say that we can't do this another time. Never to say that we can't do this another time. We could always do this another time.
Okay.
Boom.
So
Now, hold on. Now, then you take the time to go out and post this shit to the world. You got a bunch of niggas at me, this, that, and third. So now I'm looking at this nigga like, dang, I lowered my level, humbled myself just for a second to talk to you on a man-to-man tip. The fact that we both rap. On a man-to-man tip, bro, I'm not even in the mood for this, my nigga. I ain't tell you what's going on, but I'm not in the mood for this, bro. And you gonna go post my DM like I'm some bitch, nigga? Like, what? My thing was just like, dog, you didn't have like just the respect for us as two human beings having a conversation that we could do this rap shit at any other time, my nigga, any other time. Maybe when you get a little bit bigger and you gain a little bit more thing and it's like more of an thing to the people, like we can do that, bro. That's fine. Like I've never had an issue. We could either go on the same record if you're popping enough, or we could battle it out if that's really where it has to go. You know what I'm saying? When it came down to Don Q and Joyner Lucas, it was said from both people, yo, let's do this, nigga. I don't give a let's battle. That's what it was about. I told you, listen, my nigga, at the end of the day, leave it alone for a second. Even if you drop the battle, I don't care. That wasn't really what I dropped the diss. I don't care. Drop the diss. Everyone's dropping disses. I don't care. But at the end of the day, don't drop my damn DM, nigga, and have me out here looking like I'm a square and like a dog. I'm a human being at the end of the day, my nigga.
And now in the last video that I dropped on Dex, and when I spoke about the situation, I kind of looked on it differently. But right now, the way I look at it, I feel like Tory was definitely in the wrong, because how, as this rapper, are you gonna get online and you claim that you the best of all time? But then when niggas come and challenge you for that title, when niggas come in and try to hold you up to the standard that you created for yourself, now you wanna beat niggas up. Now you wanna get 30 goons to run down on this dude and force him to apologize to you on camera. Don't that sound a little crazy? And then Tory claiming that, oh yeah, I wasn't in the mood to, do this rap battle, even though this is specifically what you asked for. It's a real strange situation, one that should have never happened, should have never became physical. And if Tory was feeling that way, where was this energy for these other niggas that was dissing you? Don Q, Joyner Lucas. Why you ain't put the beats on them like you did Dax? Why you had that energy for Dax but not them? But Act will have a big part to play in all of the information really surrounding this situation, because he was right there in the middle of it all. That nigga Act interviewed Tory, turned around, interviewed Dax. He had both sides of the coin on stream.
Why did you decide to do this song on Tory?
I was just, people were sort of wanting me to do it because he had like put out the challenge for like the best rapper thing. I was like, oh, that's dope. You know what I mean?
You felt it was an open challenge, right?
Yeah, it's like the rap competition thing going on, so it was cool, you know.
Talking about he's the best, right? And you feel you could rap. You're like, I'm just competing. You didn't. I'm saying, did you diss him on some shit like, man, fuck this nigga, man? Or it's like, yo, bro, I could rap too. I'm not into this. Don't diss me. Do your own thing, because I'm not taking it like that.
Oh yeah, I just because I mean I didn't really take it too seriously. I wasn't sure if he was being super serious or not, but he had said like, you know, if you say the wrong thing, and I knew my diss track like wasn't personal, so I wasn't like, oh, I'm not saying like I'm not calling out anyone's, you know, baby mama or none of that type of shit. So I was just like, okay, well mine's not personal, so you know. And there was a bunch of other diss tracks out there. I'd seen like 15.
Yeah.
Like, oh, bet this is, you know, it'll be fun.
All right, so you dropped the track, and I guess like let's get to last night. You dropped the track. I'm guessing you didn't hear anything from him since then, right?
Nah.
But last night, by the way, it's Grammy weekend. The Grammys are going on even right
Hey,
now.
shout out to the Grammys, man. Let me tell you something.
Were you feeling people hitting you? Like you were feeling like people hitting you or
I
something?
got hit a couple times,
Yeah.
I couldn't see nothing. So I'm just bobbing and weaving a little bit, doing my thing. Then I'm out the club, sprinting. All of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. I'm fast too, G.
Yeah.
Right? So
You weren't with nobody?
No, I mean I went there with my roommate and a couple other people, but I wasn't like with nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's LA, man. LA.
Well, see, here's my thing. I'm not like I've never claimed to be a thug, or I'm not on none of that bullshit. I'm not with the shits. I ain't, you know, I'm not out here. I'm not what's the other term motherfuckers use?
You're not a savage, bro.
No, I'm a savage, but in different ways. But I'm
You're not a street nigga, bro. I'm hearing, and this, well, again, I've heard the schools from a lot of people, even some people very close to him. They said they took your chain, they beat you up, you apologize.
Hey, my Dax chain and big play chain gone, my G.
They would tell me, they were like, this shit's fake, bro. Like, my thing is, why did you apologize on camera, bro? Like, after they did that, you could.
First of all, let me say this, my G.
Go ahead.
What me and Tory Lanez did last night is the biggest revolution in hip hop history. We've totally revolutionized the game. You see, what happened last night was supposed to happen. What we did is set a standard for 2019. Things don't need to end in brutality and fatality.
But that's how it ended, though.
You said what?
But I mean, it ended with violence, somewhat, right?
No. It didn't end with violence. I mean, I said the sorry shit on the cameras. I wasn't trying to continue the whole runaround shit. You know what I mean? But I mean, it set a standard for 2019 that things don't need to end poorly. You know, people want to get back home to their families. He did what he had to do. I did what I had to do. Made it back to my family. I'm good. I have no animosity towards him or anybody. I'm happy that happened because what it does is setting the standard for other young black men that listen. You don't have to let your pride get the best of you in a compromising situation and let it lead to your parents living longer than you.
Even though Dax and Tory Lanez would get into it and all of that happened, Dax would still drag himself into more and more problems. At one point, he was getting accused of being a scammer by multiple people. I mean, he got into a situation that looked bad no matter which way you want to put it. Dax stole a Lil Peep feature a few years back. So this rapper named Blaine had a Lil Peep verse. Now his plans was to use this verse and make music out of it. And so Blaine working on this song with Peep and with some other artists, but Lil Peep would pass away. So now this song is there, it's unfinished, and there's a spot for open verse. And so they use this open spot to fill it with Dax. Now this is where shit would get a little strange. And I'm gonna read you the Facebook post from the engineer so y'all can really understand what's going on. The engineer would say, I'm the one who got Dax on board in exchange for him posting the song on his YouTube channel that has over 400K subs. Mutual benefit. Over the last few months, I had mixed 2 versions of the song for Blaine, and EJ mastered them. We were under the impression and agreement that one of these versions would be uploaded to his YouTube channel, and proper credit would of course been given. Sounds fairly simple, right? I was really gonna stay neutral and stay out of this one, but with all the BS I seen, I think I need to be the person that set it straight. A couple weeks ago, Dax hit up Blaine and told him that he needed the stems to the song to submit it for approval at Atlantic Records. Blaine is a young artist, so like all of us in the industry, we were at one point a little naive. Dax recognized this, exploited it, and gained all the stems. Stems for non-artist people are every piece of a recording, track by track. When you got stems, you can take parts out of the song and do what you want with them. He took the Lil Peep hook, hired a producer to make a new beat, had the producer mix the hook again and place it on the new beat, took everyone off the song and recorded 2 new verses of his own. To top it off, he then shot a music video for the quote-unquote new song that he created. Aside from using the stolen vocals, there was also stolen footage from Lil Peep's photographer in the video. He didn't tell anyone involved in this process about remixing the song, releasing it, or anything. Not a single soul. Didn't ask for nobody's permission. Just effed everyone out of a song and acted like it wasn't no big deal. And what's so crazy is Dax would be working with these other artists on this song, and he was clear that, you know, he didn't want to scam anybody. In the messages, he was telling dude, he was like, look, bro, you can trust me. Like, I ain't trying to run off on you. You send me these stems, I'm just trying to get the song approved, blah, blah, blah. Dax hit him and said, feel you, bro. No one's gonna copyright and steal from you. If you want the song to be the best, we need approved stems and all. So they had plans for this song to come out on Dax's channel, and I'm assuming that's to get the most attention. Like the nigga said, Dax got 400,000 subs. Of course, they gonna wanna put this song out on the most visible platform. But Dax would take his own route. He took everyone off the song and he made it his own. And Dax's defense to all of this was, look, they wanted me to be a part of this song, but this Lil Peep verse was already out online somewhere. So by that logic, I don't have to keep them niggas on the song. The verse is already on the internet, which doesn't make sense saying it out loud. You and these people agreed to work together. You and these people agreed to be a part of this song with this dead man together. But instead, you wanted to maximize your profits. You wanted to make everything about you. So you took them niggas off the song. You went your own way. You did your own thing. Dax would say this as a response to everything. My G, once I found out this stuff was on the internet, I owed them nothing. I still offered to even post their video. I jumped on the song strictly to be a part of something that could change the world. I didn't need it, nor will I let it decide my career. They did nothing but burn their own bridge with me, which could have potentially been their only chance. They had to do anything in this game. Decisions had to be made. Derek Dean is a liar. As soon as I dropped the vid, dude hit me up on some help me get clout or give me 6K BS. And this wasn't the only example of, you know, Dax running off on people. It was other artists coming around the same time saying that they paid Dax for a verse and he ran off on them. Past all the scams, past all the Dax drama, Dax was a creator, a personality online who created an image that revolved around being a cornball. Like every time Dax does anything, it's like his intentions behind it just to be as corny as possible. You remember the whole clown challenge he was doing? That had a real interesting effect on his career. It went overly viral, not because of how good it was, but because of how he made himself appear. He let the antics take over. And another thing that rubbed people the wrong way was Dax closely being associated with Tom McDonald, the man who basically became the face of MAGA rap, a pipeline we seeing Dax go down in real time. He been pushing Trump heavy, he been pushing MAGA heavy, he been pushing right-wing political opinions real heavy. And this goes back to what I was saying at the start. He's using these politics to increase engagement, to cause talks around his name, to cause controversy, and it's working.
And don't even get me started on Tom McDonald, bro. He said, let me take this steaming hot pile of dog shit and like make it
an alt-right message at the same time.
His whole thing is being like this ultra patriot, even though he's
Canadian.
And also that like he's a white guy, and so that means that he's more oppressed than anyone else. He likes to complain about people playing the victim card, but literally every single song of his is complaining about how much of a victim he is. Once again, as a
straight white man.
He dropped a song about Charlie Kirk getting shot like literally 24 hours after it happened, if that. And get this, he's done songs
with Dax.
We low-key owe KSI an apology, we owe the
bubonic guy an apology.
I think we even owe the Jack the Ripper guy an apology. Guys, this needs to stop.
Today we're going to be talking about the epitome of potential man, that being Dax. People already said their takes about how he's corny and such, or they made his co-worker music. But back in 2019, I used to be a fan.
Oh my god, yeah, surprise.
Because him to me is like seeing your cousin rap, but then follows it up by some corny bar or something that just doesn't go with the flow. But you still rock with him because you think, oh, he's going to get better. Then come to realize he never gets better. Matter of fact, he loses his black card. Every time this man does something decent, he follows it up by having a corny bar about gooning, or he just like does his weird Joker voice, or the whole song has no substance whatsoever. I legitimately think this guy just like looks at viral topics and then just makes a song about that, instead of just making something genuine that comes from the soul, thus making him the first co-worker artist. By the way, I know that a lot of y'all are lying about hating his music, because how is he selling out shows? I know for a fact I'm not streaming him or anything. Gotta be one of y'all.
But if we're gonna talk about the music, the last tape we got from Dax was almost a year ago. It was December 2024, and it wasn't really him rapping, but him on this country project. I feel like Dax is a strange artist in a strange position, and I think he's always gonna be known as this artist known to the masses as this cornball, not this true rapper, not this big name in the industry. And it's not me saying he's not successful, because I mean he is, and ain't no denying that. The man went on tour, y'all seen it, that shit looking packed out. But the sentiment around his name the actual feeling toward this man, I don't think will ever be positive. I think he's always gonna be in that realm of co-worker music, or that one rapper that nobody really likes other than them people on that side of the political spectrum. But how do y'all feel about Dex? Do y'all like his music? Do you like him as a person? Or do you just feel like that man is pure cornball?